What's going on, guys? Today's Saturday, February 3rd, and I'm finally bringing the Civic up to the dyno. I put 600 miles on it to break the clutch and the engine in, and we're gonna take it up to my friend Nathan at SS Auto Repair and Performance. I've had a bunch of cars tuned there previously. He's the only one that's tuned any of my stuff, so I'm really glad that he was able to make the time for me to bring my car out. We're gonna hop in the car and head up there. Hopefully we'll make some good power, and hopefully the thing will hold together through the whole process. So we just rolled up to the shop. Got the Civic up on the dyno. I threw a set of plugs in it. Nate's getting all set up with his laptop and stuff, and we're gonna be getting this thing tuned on HTS, which is the software that I use. Hunter Tuned has a lot of good videos about this software, and that's kind of who I learned how to use it from. But here it is up on the dyno, and I guess we'll see what it does. So just to reiterate, this is just a bone stock LS VTEC V18A1 bottom end GSR head with ARP head studs, skunk 2 LMAs, and a ACL oil pump, intake manifold, full exhaust, nothing crazy, coil and plug converted. So I'm interested to see what the power is going to be. I know that like a pretty decent V20 will make 200. I don't think that we're going to crack 200 today, but we will see. This motor seems pretty healthy, hasn't given me any issues besides one oil leak that I fixed, and I'm really excited to see what it does. So Nate is just doing a little bit of initial setup on the software, getting the car idling, running a little bit better. It's kind of lean right now, so he's making some adjustments. We have a knock sensor hooked up to the car as well as a wideband, and I'll get a video as soon as he makes the first baseline rip and we'll see what it does. But we might be here for a little bit messing with the car just to make sure that everything is working correctly before we actually go and do some pulls. Just keep an eye on oil pressure as well as air-fuel ratio, just so that everything's as safe as possible. I'm a decent amount invested in this motor, and I definitely don't want to see it blow up, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and I'm not going to let that prevent me from at least trying to get out there and do some track days on it. Nate's setting up to get a rip going in this car just as a baseline, getting the fans out. I'm going to set the camera on the tripod right here, and we'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited to see just what it does off baseline and how far my tune got it. just did a couple runs on the dyno, made like 153 horsepower, which is a little bit lower than I was expecting. So we're gonna take the intake off of it first, see if it picks up at all, and then after that we're gonna take the exhaust off of it, make it super loud, and we will see if it brings the power up anymore. If not, probably gonna get a set of cams for this thing. I was definitely shooting for like 170, so we will give this a shot. Really angry 150 horsepower. So we just did a couple power runs. I think we did 7 pulls in total. The car kind of falls off at the higher RPMs. We tried taking off the exhaust and it made a decent bit more power. So I'm gonna be purchasing a new exhaust as soon as I get home probably. It made 153 horsepower with the exhaust and it made like 166 without the exhaust. So we're getting a lot closer. Hopefully a new exhaust will solve some of the issues, and we're running it out of injector a little bit. So new injectors, new exhaust, and we'll do a retune in a little bit. But as far as what's next, we're gonna do a little bit of drivability, get the fuel cut figured out. There's a couple strange issues that the car's having when it's cold. So I'm gonna show you guys some dyno graphs and we'll get to a little bit of drivability tuning. So here are the 3 graphs that we ended up being our like final thing. The red is with a full exhaust and it made 153. The blue is with no air filter, it made 155. And then the green is just straight headers and it made 161. So definitely shows that the exhaust is a little bit restrictive, and you can see that it kind of dips out over here. So we're gonna get that figured out at a later date, spend some more money on this thing and get some more parts on it. All right guys, well that's it for the dyno session. Very successful, everything went very well. Really happy that this thing held together, and I'm excited to do some events in this car. Gonna put a couple different parts on it like exhaust and injectors, and we're gonna come back and run it on the dyno again. Might be a little bit before that happens, but I do want to make a little bit more power with the car, but where it's at is definitely much faster than the last one. I think the last engine was only making 110 to 120 horsepower because it had pretty low compression, smoked pretty bad, so this is a huge upgrade. I think other than that, we're going to end the video out here. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.